This morning we're going to drive this 1966 Ford Mustang A-Code convertible. This car, I'm guessing, was restored one time years ago, and it does need to be restored again. We're going to price it at $17,995, so it makes it a nice affordable Mustang convertible, but it does need some work. This is a factory A-Code car, so it's factory 289 4-barrel 66 Mustang. Does come equipped with power steering, headers. Kind of unique to this car is most of these tags, they were just screwed on the inner fender, and most of these are always gone, but this one here is complete and legible, so the tag here matches the factory VIN on the fender, and also the door tag is still here. So this car is an originally night mist blue with a two-tone pony interior, the two-tone blue, light blue, dark blue. And the only thing really changed from the factory data code is years ago, and I'm guessing it's because the interior shows wear almost to the point where it could be original, but it's not the original colors anymore. So somebody at one time, years and years ago, restored the interior to the light blue and the white pony interior. Engine seems to run really good. As we look over here at the top of the fenders, looks real solid. Radiator support, the A-arms here, as far as the front pillars and stuff, all looks really solid here in this Mustang. Bottom of the hood isn't painted very good. They did put a Shelby hood scoop in there. Like I said, I'm guessing the paint job's probably 30 years old, so it's got a ton of imperfections in it, a lot of scratches, chips, stuff like that. I'll point out the blisters, but I won't be able to point out all the chips and stuff. It's what I call a 20 to 30 footer. It looks great at 20-30 foot. You get up close, you can see that the body's a little choppy on it, and there's a bunch of little paint chips and some spider webbing going on the old paint job. It does have a brand new set of American Racing 15-inch chrome rims with BFG raised wet letter tires, and the tires are brand new as well. We just put those on. The car really has a nice look. If we go to the front here, the front bumper is relatively new. The grille is in great shape. If we look over the top of the hood where it matches the top of the fender, both sides it lines up perfectly there. Nice and smooth. We just have some stress cracks around the back side, you can see here. These little bodywork around the back side of the hood. The hood's faded. We have some chips here. The passenger side front fender is in excellent shape. No bubbles or blisters at all in the lower fender. I went through this whole fender here. It's just in great shape. Front valance and stuff all looks really good. I really like the torque thrust wheels on these 65, 66 Mustangs. They really look sharp. So our lower fender is in excellent shape. It does have blisters on both doors. So the front of the door here on the passenger side is blistered from like here to here, off and on. Other than that, the lower door on the back is perfect. And so is the lower quarter panel. I'm guessing they put quarters on it at one time because there's no bubbles or blisters in front of the wheel, behind the wheel, or around the wheel. Door handles are still original. Also, all the window felts and rubbers are original. I don't think they were ever changed. They are getting hard. Corner of the door is perfect. Again, I mentioned when I first looked at this car, I really thought it was original interior. You can see how the carpet's faded in spots. Carpet looks really old in it and original. Seat covers are in excellent shape, except for they show their wear, like on the top here a little bit. They've got just a little bit of a sun fade here on the top, but other than that, I mean, you can tell they're older, but they're still in great shape. Seat backs are nice. It's got the original Mustang floor mats in it. Back seat looks great. Door jamb paint needs to be redone. It's very solid in here. This whole inner quarter area is all solid. Through here in the dog leg is good. all the way through here, and the bottom of the lower fender in here is in really solid shape as well. Dash pad is excellent. All the wood grain on the dash and the paint on the white paint on the dash is in nice shape. The original steering wheel is in fantastic shape. It's got the not the full console, kind of the mini console. A lot of times these consoles came with the cars with factory air conditioning, but it's in excellent shape. Again, the seats are just a little discolored, but they're in a great shape. No rips or tears, no seam splits. Original carpet and stuff here. Original kick panels, you can see they're faded. Door panel on the passenger side's in really good shape. Doors shut good. It's got a black top, and the top's decent, but it does have needs a new back window anyway. Its original top with the back window does have a crack in it, so it will need a new top, but the top latch is good and functions. If we look up and down the sides, both sides have a little choppiness to them. Paint job was done many years ago, and it also has a bunch of little stress paint cracks in it, guys, like a little spider webbing here and there. Not all over in it, but it does have some here and there on it, so the car would need to be sanded all the way down and repainted to be a really nice car. Rear bumper's in good shape. Dual exhaust, got the trumpet horn dual exhaust, and the exhaust sounds good. Trunk has a nice gap over on the passenger side, and driver's side has a nice even gap as well. Fits nice and flush to the top of the fender. It's got the GT gas cap. Here you can see on the top side of the quarter panels, I mean, this would need to be stripped. You can just see that it's spider webbing. Trunk lid isn't, but the top of the quarter is, and then some of the sides. I say there is some, and the trunk lid over on this side is a little bit too, so it's sporadic kind of all the way around on it. Quarter panel here, you can see that it's got a dent in the quarter panel above the wheel well. Right in here. I don't know if a guy could pop that out, but when a guy repaints it, it would need to be straightened out. Other than that, just a little choppiness, and very presentable though. The car has a decent shine for a nice driver, and parade car is how I'd classify it, but it needs to be repainted. No bubbles or blisters that I can see in the lower quarter panel. Over the wheel well is in good shape. It's got some of the spider webbing stuff. In front of the wheel looks good. Back corners of the doors are excellent on both sides, but the front corners on both sides have some weak spots. You can just see here some little bubbling under the paint. Lower fender seems good, but we got a couple little, they might be paint run there. Here that are just very minor bubbling, maybe starting there. It all sounds like nice solid metal. Door gap is real good here. So all the information on the door tag matches the fender tag, matches the VIN. It is a factory A code. Not original GT. The GT would have had disc brakes in the front. This one has the drum. Does have the deluxe interior, the deluxe lights in the door panels. Got a couple little hairline cracks here by the cup holders. Or not the cup holder, I'm sorry, the plastic holder in the door panel. This is all nice and solid here too in this quarter area. Right up in here is all good. Driver's side seat has two little blemishes here on that quarter round. Right here, 1 and 2. And just a little bit of yellowing on the top of the seats from sun. But other than that, guys, I would definitely not replace the seats. The seats are in excellent shape. Console, carpet, and would probably need to be replaced if you want it to be excellent, but to me it looks like the original carpet still. Gas gauge works, oil pressure gauge works. It shows 50,851 miles on the odometer, and the speedometer does work accurately, and it seems to not bounce at all. The amp gauge works and temp gauge works. Original AM radio works good. Go ahead and shut that off. Horn works. Heater fan works. and the wipers work. So every single thing works on the dash, and which is kind of unbelievable on these cars. The console's in excellent shape, guys. Very, very nice console. Nice dash. We just went through and pretty much did all work on all the brakes. Car seems to drive nice and straight down the road. Brakes stop nice and straight. It is not power brakes, but we have a really nice full pedal. Kick down on the transmission works properly. Here's our braking, and it stops absolutely straight on the brakes. Engine sounds good, exhaust sounds good. Transmission shifts nice and smooth, first, second, and third. Goes down the road really nice. Really steers great too. I mean, no hands on the wheel right here, just going straight down the road. Kick down works properly. 4-barrel kicks in. Really a good Mustang. A guy strip it and put a nice paint job on it, you'd have a nice car.